So, hello everybody. I know it's been a while. I've been busy with school, you know. The year is coming to an end. There's a lot of final tests we need to do and stuff like that. But anyway, now I can actually make some videos. So, yeah, first off is this one. The new Kendrick album. So, I saw this album released when I checked like a YouTube community post that the like prelude, or not prelude's not the right word, like video of GNX came out. And then I said to my friend, or I sent it to my friend, and I was like, oh, new Kendrick album is gonna come soon, maybe. And then I checked Spotify, and it was already out. And I joined the call they were in, and they said, Kendrick just dropped, we need to listen. It's very, very important. You know, when Kendrick drops, you need to stop whatever you're doing and just listen to what it is. Because there's often quite a good thing. You know, he hasn't released a single bad album. In my opinion, this is just mine. He has the best discography of any rap artist of all time. But, you know, that might just be me racing a lot. But anyway, we just stopped all that we were doing and started listening to the album. And first impressions, for me, it was kind of underwhelming. The first impression, because I'm gonna get into what I think of it currently right now. But yeah, my first impressions were kind of underwhelming. I thought some of the songs just kind of felt not necessarily rushed, just kind of unfinished. Like not on the unfinished level of any of the Vultures albums, but still just a bit, you know, like they could have been worked on a little bit more. And my friend thought the same. But then, eventually, time came for me to leave the call and start to like continue with the rest of my day. And then when I was doing some household chores, I decided to listen through the album again. Because I was thinking, before you're just done with your rating, you need to listen to it a couple of times to really get it. And then I really started to feel the album, you know? It's like, originally I thought it was gonna be a Kendrick album, not, oh, it's a really good Kendrick album, or a really underwhelming, just a Kendrick album. And when I listen to it more and more, it has both bangers, you know, something like Squabble Up, or even Peekaboo. I know some people don't really like Peekaboo that much, but it is good. And then of course, TV Off, which is just, you know, you all know what TV Off is like. I don't have to explain that for you, but, you know, it had the writing also in something like Hard Part 6 or Reincarnated, and it had just the fun songs to listen to that weren't necessarily bangers, but still really fun to listen to, like Luther or Gloria. And now, actually, I was gonna record this a week after the album dropped, but now it's looking more like 8 days with the current ratings, not ratings, the current date. I will say this is a really good album. For me, it is in contentions for album of the year. Probably not the album of the year. That would have to go to either, you know, JPEG Mafia's new album or Chromacopia. But GNX is really up there. And just, if I were to do it in the Fantano way, I feel a strong 8 to a light 9, which I think is the exact same thing he gave it, but that's just a coincidence. I said that to my friend before he released his review. I don't just do what he says. or something like that. You know, he has a lot of bad ratings. You know, that Dark Fantasy one was not it. But yeah. So now, for all people who are still left, I want to know my personal favorite, least favorite songs of the albums. We first have the top 3 songs. Probably Hard Part 6, number 3. I know a lot of people had a number 2 or even 1, but it's number 3 for me. Then number 2, Gloria. It's written really well, you know, when it shows that, oh, you think it's about his girl, but it's not. It's about his appreciation for the music, which is, in my opinion, a really nice thing to write about. And then number 1, Reincarnated. Just because the way it's written, with having different stories of different people going through different things. You know, the first one being someone who became really famous, but eventually just became, as he says, really gluttonous. With that, I don't mean he became really fat or something. I think it just means he, you know, wanted a lot of everything without necessarily putting in the work, or something like that. And then just dying and being reincarnated into a girl in the Shitlin Circus, I think is hard to check actually, who was basically a drug addict who had she had a lot of talent, but died early because of her addiction. And it was the Shitlin Circus. And then the third verse is of course about his current life as Kendrick Lamar, the famous rapper who, you know, took the world by storm and released a lot of good music, good albums, everything like that. You already heard of that. And basically how he feels about his current situation, I guess you could say. But then, not my least favorites. It is kind of hard actually. I'd have to say my third least favorite, I guess what you'd say, is I would have to go with like Man at the Garden, but it is still amazing. It is really well written song, like good written song. And then probably my second least favorite, I'm not gonna say worst, I'm just gonna say least favorite, because no song is bad on this album. Anyway, then we have, I'm just gonna say Dodger Blue, but it is amazing. It is still a really fun song to listen to. And then something that probably a lot of people can agree with, GNX at the bottom. But it is still, GNX is a really fun song. It is a fun listen. But yeah. So my end message is, everybody should listen to this album. It is really good. And yeah, that's all I have to say. See you later.